Uh, can you see my screen?
Yes, yes, sir. So did
Yeah.
you, I mean, that
So
user error is sorted?
yeah, that is fixed. That is done. Right. Yeah. So this manage user, I think it is fine. So I have created it. So I'll just show. It's the same option. So I did not change anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's same thing.
You mean
So
we are not creating new user with the same user you have changed, I mean, change.
yes, yes. Same user.
Any normal mistake or something related to finance?
This is related to HCM basically
Okay,
because since we
fine.
use the data group, so it
Hmm.
is asked to link the payroll component
Ah,
and the
okay,
statutory deductions. So that is the issue. So
fine.
I linked it with this entity. So going forward, if we create it, it will allow. So that
Okay,
is for the
fine.
legal entity one. So probably for the other legal entity, we might want to do these configuration.
That's okay. We'll go with the legal entity one next. Yeah. No, yesterday somewhere also in place of affiliate we created, right? That also we need to change, correct? You
Okay,
remember?
exactly. That is the existing one. So
Yeah.
that is there already. So we don't have issue there.
Okay.
But for our this thing, probably will create one more user and
Okay.
we'll try to associate here. And
Okay. Okay.
using that, probably we'll do the approve. Because
Hmm.
for the approval transaction, we wanted to do two scenarios. So
Okay.
one is that
Automatic. Uh-huh.
the automatic approval, and
Right.
the second one is using
By user.
the
Correct.
manager.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Got it. Okay.
for that purpose, we will create two.
Okay.
Okay. So the
Right.
same information I have just
Yes.
populated
Yes.
it here,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
and date also same thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
So
Not
we have
problem.
created the user. So I did not create the procurement agent. So I
Mhm.
thought of just creating this. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this is same details I have entered. So let me just save and close. And we go to procurement. See, okay, this is the restraint limit. This
Yeah.
is basically giving access to the transactions to this particular user or the buyer. So since it is testing, we are giving access to all,
Mm-hmm.
which means that we are giving the full access. So there are two level of controls that we can bring in. So one is that we can restrict at this level, at the buyer level.
Mm-hmm.
So second is at the data access. So probably if I want to customize the role or if I
Okay.
want to keep only the requisition creation
Mm-hmm.
access. So that also we can do it. Or probably here, if you want to keep access only to create the purchase order, that also we can do. So probably for
Okay.
purchase order, we can give full access. And for the remaining ones, we can leave it as none.
Okay.
But for now, I'm giving the full access.
Mhm. Everything is full. Okay.
Yeah.
Which means in the data access level, I need not perform anything. So if I give here, it is okay.
Yes, yes. And data access also we need to give
Oh.
because two-level security will be
Hmm.
applied in this case for the buyer. So
Okay.
one is that creating the procurement agent, giving
Hmm.
the access at this level, and the role is as usual the regular access
Yeah.
that we will have
Okay.
to.
Okay. Fine.
I'll just save and close this. We will check with the auto approval or the automatic
Okay.
approval.
Okay.
So I'm not creating the another user now. For now, I'm
Okay.
creating
Okay.
one user, the existing
Okay.
user what
Fine.
we have,
Mhm. Okay.
and we'll test this scenario, and then probably we'll come back and create a new user and create the
Okay.
procurement agent.
Okay. Okay. Arun, one small doubt. When do we
Yeah.
need to do this refresher? I remember another previous trainer, he did go to the schedule maintenance and run something. For procurement,
Okay.
we are not in that stage, or when do we need to do the schedule process?
Schedule process meaning the specific process that you're referring.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe after this, we run that the schedule process, or we don't have anything.
Are you referring to this process, the role synchronization?
No, no. He went into tools, the security console. There you have the tools
Right.
and schedule process. There.
Okay.
Maybe that is for inventory. I don't know, but okay, fine. Okay,
I mean, that
okay.
is not needed, but I'm not
Okay.
sure for what that is run. So usually this is the program that you will find there as well. But purpose of this is that
Mm-hmm.
probably in a real-time scenario, so if
Mm-hmm.
we are running it, probably I'm just creating one user
Mm-hmm.
and I'm assigning the roles on need basis.
Mm-hmm.
So if the user is logging out and logging in, there is no issue. So this will be synced automatically. But if
Oh,
that is not the
okay.
case, so if the user probably keeps the login as open without
Okay.
logout, so
Okay.
probably we might have to run this process.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
this process or this activity we had it in the previous versions.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
initially, if you see LDAP is the separate tool or separate DP, I can say, separate
Okay.
system
Okay.
basically.
Okay.
So now when I create the user and when I run this role,
Mm-hmm.
basically this synchronization will
Automatically
not
happen.
happen by default. So we will have to run this process and then link the user and roles.
Roads.
So
Okay.
for that
Okay.
purpose, Oracle had this program, but now it is not the case. So
Okay.
this
Okay.
will be synced automatically. So it's
Automatic.
just that
Fine.
we will, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just that we will have to give sometime like 2 to 5 minutes. So this will be
Okay.
synced
Okay.
automatically.
Automatically. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So probably in some case, if the sync is not happening, then
Then we might
in
have
that
to run
case, probably
manually.
we'll give. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll run this program.
How did you come to this page? I mean, this run user, the initial user,
Uh, this one. So if we come to the setup and maintenance and select this procurement, so
procurement
we
on
have
top,
this
and the initial
install,
users. Okay.
yeah, initial
Yeah. Yeah.
user. So this will have, so this you will find it under all the offerings. So
Oh,
inventory,
okay.
manufacturing, procurement, all the
Everything.
offerings will have
Okay.
this.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Got it. Yeah.
So I think the base configurations we have
Done.
created it. So what I'll do is that I'll go to this
Done.
option,
Okay.
the transaction account definition or TAD in short. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll look at three configurations here. So one is mapping set and second one is accounting rule and third is the TAD accounting definition. So once these three are done, so we will have to attach it with the ledger because this will work at the ledger level.
Okay.
Because ledger is kind of uh, the way that we can understand is that it is consolidation of the subledger transactions.
Okay. All the
So
transactions.
when we say subledger transactions, it could be the receipt accounting or it could be the cost accounting,
Mm.
other modules as well. If we are
Okay.
talking about
Okay.
finance, we will talk about payable, receivables, all those modules as well. So
Okay.
all those transactions will be clubbed together and kept it in general ledger for the reporting.
Okay. But for now, we'll ensure like these setups are more towards procurement alone. So this will get captured in the
Correct.
general ledger. Okay.
Correct. Correct. So this would be the first setup, manage mapping sets, create one mapping set. Yeah. So here output type, we will have three options. So one is that for the particular segment or for the account combination or for the value set.
Mm-hmm.
So now how do we differentiate is that, so account combination is for the entire combination that we will write,
Mm-hmm.
but this will look a little similar, but the difference is that if we are probably setting the rules for the value set, which means that this will apply for multiple segments as well. So let's say I am writing this rule for company value set.
Mm-hmm.
So now most of the cases, if you see, my company value set and intercompany value set will be same. So if I write rules for value set, so this is going to apply for both company and intercompany. So that's the
For
difference.
both. Okay. Mm-hmm.
For the purpose of simplification, we will select this option, the account
Accounting.
combination.
Okay.
And then if you see, so this is similar to the condition that we saw at the BPM or the approvals. So if this condition is satisfied, so what is the action that I want system to do? So that is what we are setting up here under mapping.
Okay.
So if I want to probably generate this mapping, I wanted to know that what is the
Startup.
chart of accounts
Okay.
that I want to build the data from. Okay.
Okay.
So, so I'll just say this is for requisition. So here there are multiple options that we can basically select. So one such is that deliver to location. So if this is the location, then probably this is the value that we wanted to get. So that we can set it up, or probably the item category if I want to select by category. So that is also possible. So let me try to get by item category.
Some description is there. Mm,
Item ID, I not be able to get it exactly. Let me search for I will do boost that. I'll probably take derivative location for requisition and
mm,
let me create one more rule for purchase order. So for
okay.
purchase order, let me take the other attribute. So let's
Right.
say I will take
Okay.
buyer. Yeah,
Okay. For now, we will consider deliver. Okay. Deliver to location.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. So I'm just saying, okay. And the charter.
I think here chart of account.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is them, right? Yeah, structure instance.
Okay. It's the inventory location. Okay.
This is the KI inventory.
Hold on. Yeah. Yeah.
Probably for now, I'll select this account. So probably
Okay.
accounts we don't have much of thing. So
Mhm.
let me take another this. There are two options basically. So if
Mhm.
I want to probably generate the account, so there are two options that I can select. So the first option is that mapping set, and second option is accounting group. So the difference is that so accounting rule will not have option to probably do a bulk upload and all those things. But here, if you see, so I
Oh,
have option
okay.
to do a bulk upload
That
also because
export, import. Okay, okay.
yeah, because since this is at the smaller level are trying to understand we are setting this up. But then realistically speaking, we will have lot of locations or lot of
Accounts, yeah.
yeah item categories that we will have. So in that case, we will not be able to basically do it manually for all the values. So we
Hmm.
will have to import
Okay.
it and then tag it to the accountant group.
Yeah.
So that's
Okay.
the option.
So ideally, in accounting rules also, you are going to define the account which will get
Yeah,
mapped against the subledger.
yeah, correct.
Okay. Here also the same, just that here you have this import option. Okay.
Yeah, correct.
Mhm. If I don't map this? I mean, do this setting.
Okay.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I know. No, I lost you in between. And I was asking, like, if we skip this setting, we will not be able to proceed with requisition, or just the transactions will not be recorded.
No, transaction will not be recorded
Ah,
because if
okay.
I, yeah, because if I want to probably create the requisition or the purchase order,
Hmm.
so this is one of the mandatory options to give the accounts because unless I give the accounts, so this information will not be passed to visit accounting and all those information.
Okay.
So this becomes one of the mandatory
Okay.
configuration.
Okay.
So to save and save and close. So similarly, let me create one more tool for the purchasing and the purchasers.
What is the other one that I'm just taking? Mapping set and another one is
Accounting rule.
that is also in the same procurement theme.
Yes,
Right.
yes, yes, same. Yeah. So inside this, we will have another task. So we will complete this, and the next step is to associate this mapping set with the account rule.
These options like the item description, XCC in the result grid below, those are automatically created by Oracle. Like they give this as default, or we need to do
Uh,
something.
these options that you are talking about, these are
Yes,
the
yes, yes, yeah, yeah.
yeah, these are created by Oracle. So if we see something HCC underscore something like this, so these are created by Oracle
No, no. Like
seeded
why
values.
I'm asking is like, if, for example, there's a live project, you will still go with whatever Oracle given, or you will create something new and then you'll map it.
We can create new also. That depends again based on the
Oh,
business need. So probably if we want to capture additional information, because
mm,
let's say we are capturing additional information which is not there in the
by
system
default.
itself. Yeah, then we will have to register that source and then we'll have to create the event based on the source and then come back to the mapping set and pull those information. and create a value for that. So there are additional configurations related to that.
But that
But
will again be
if
finance,
we,
right?
yes, yes, finance, we will not create that. So we will
Okay.
only create this mapping set account rule, these things.
Got it.
So customizing the values or registering the sources, all those informations will be
Again will be
handled by finance.
okay.
Mhm. For this, I'm taking item category, and others are same. So we'll have to associate the product accounts and then give the expected output.
The three accounts.
Yeah. Created some category. Do you remember the category that we created and associated with the item? Let's try to check here. Do you have the item name?
Kia underscore item will be created. No,
Okay.
like we did not create with that old one. You created a new one in the last session, not last, the first class.
Let me check if we can get it.
Kia item.
It's under two.
Uh, Maybe give it a try.
This the one or this one?
I'm not sure now. Uh, I have noted Kia underscore item class, not one two.
Okay, 300.
Underscore
Okay.
item. No, but we created multiple. I remember there were some.
Okay.
That was the first thing, first one we created.
Mm. Okay, fine. Maybe we'll use for now this one because I also don't remember the name exactly what we created because we
Yeah, yeah.
wanted
This
to
is this will
probably.
not work. Wait, wait, wait. I remember. This approval status will be in draft. Correct. This will not work. We have to change other item class. Then item two was
I'll just search this.
item class two. Just,
Yeah, this is activity.
here it shows approved. Yeah, I remember last time we had error in the draft, so we created many multiple.
Mm,
Correct. I think this only the MG underscore purchase catalog only we did last time.
Okay, we'll use this one.
Yes, MG. We cannot search by name, Kia, something like that.
We wanted to have this one because
Uh-huh.
if we want to write the transaction account rule, so this will look for the functional area catalog equal
Oh,
to purchasing.
correct, correct,
So
correct.
I'm just wondering if we have some other, ideally it will not allow, but I'm just checking if some
Mhm.
other thing. So yeah, it should be and should only purchasing price.
Yeah.
Initially, they have this is the ongoing session or
Purchase catalog.
okay.
Purchase catalog. Yeah, we have some-
Pick something and random so that you
Okay.
download it.
Mm.
Okay. Okay, it is categorized as single assignment. Okay. Can I remove these categories or you
Oh,
have
no
anything?
problem. See, we did not do anything on this, so you can
Okay,
remove anything.
okay, because at the item category level, so they have enabled single catalog usage for
Mhm.
this one for the
MJ. Okay.
purchasing catalog. Yeah,
No, no,
so
we can
it's
go
not
ahead,
allowed.
Arun, because as I said, we did
Okay.
not touch any categories and all in inventory. So if it's not required, we can remove it. Or can we take some other items as here?
I will try to create one item
Okay.
because I think all the item will have more than one catalog, I think. So that's a issue.
Oh, no, but if you're going to create in this class, then that approval will have issue. Ah, okay. Okay.
Okay, I'll try to create using this because this
Okay, okay,
should
fine.
allow, I
That
think.
should be fine.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Year planning second one.
Uh, uh,
Okay.
So for you also for
Mhm.
now, I will keep this one. So
Same.
probably create the expensive ones. Right? So this is 10.
Two mapping
I'm
sets.
adding,
Mhm.
yeah. It's the next one is account rules. So it's a simple rule. So we'll just associate the one that we created earlier. I'll just create one for
Account rules
PO.
and that accounting rules are different. The one you said, like either one is enough.
It's same. Yeah, yeah, same. Account rule and accounting rule both are same.
Okay.
So accounting is basically the finance term, but the actual configuration name is account rule.
Yeah. Will there be any problem if we choose a random set of accounts here?
Yeah, randomly if we select it will not work. Okay, since math case. Because this rule works based on the chart of accounts. So now this chart of account must be linked with the ledger or the business unit that we will be
Oh,
using.
wait. Okay.
So if we
Hmm.
miss that link, probably this will not work. So since we have already created the mapping set, so I'm selecting the mapping set, but we have the other options as well. So
Mm-hmm.
one such option is that constant.
Hmm.
So in real time scenario, we will use constants also because the constant when we will use is that so probably we have 10 different item categories.
Okay.
So now this will have rules, but then for the constant or the default ones, we will not have rules created or
Okay.
associated because
Hmm.
default when we will use is that let's say I am into manufacturing business. So now if I receive this raw material from vendor A,
Hmm.
so I might use this raw material to manufacture the item A or item B or item C. So I will not know exactly to which particular segment value I should tag this.
Oh,
So
yes.
in that case, what we will do is that we will not actually link it. So for those scenarios, we will have it as a default value. So
Okay.
probably once the manufacturing process is done, so when we sell this particular item, that is when we will tag the actual category. So
Okay.
for those scenarios, we will set the constant value. So if
Mm-hmm.
this is the category, the default is the category that we will associate. So if it is default, then we will set this as constant. So
Which means we
this
do
is
not
one
do the
option.
mapping set for those scenarios like what you
Yeah,
explained, that manufacturing
yeah,
into. Okay. Okay.
yes, 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 correct. So we will just set the default as 0, 0. So
Mm-hmm.
system will pick automatically. Okay. And this one is account rule. So account rule is similar to the mapping rule. So what we will do is that we will say this is the source. Source is nothing but our item category. And we will say equal to, and this is the category, and what is the value that we want to derive. So
Mm-hmm.
that is what we will keep if we wanted to probably go with account rule. Okay.
Mandatory because I don't see the star mark below.
This is not mandatory because the reason being, so I can use the account tool, or I can use the mapping
Then
set, or I can
oh,
use even
okay.
the sources. So it will not say mandatory basically.
Oh, okay. Okay.
If you use the source, probably it will say this value is mandatory because so source, when I will use source as a rule or as a condition is that, so probably let's assume that I wanted to derive the project code or the project segment value from the project module, because I don't exactly know, or probably if there is any changes that has happened in project module, so I will not know exactly. So what I can do is that as an option, I can copy the information from the project module. So for that, I can use this option called source. So source is nothing but the information will be copied from the source transaction. So in
Oh.
this case, it is the project module.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that is this option. Yeah, so these are the options that we will have. So since we have already created the mapping set, so I'm just linking the one that we created. I think we created with, yeah,
The two mapping
yeah,
sets. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So first, yeah, I'll just give it for Kia PO. So I'm not giving any rules because already this condition and everything we have given it at the mapping set level.
Mapping level. Okay. Okay.
So I'll just say,
One is enough because I thought we created two mapping sets.
yeah. So the other one is for the requisition. So I'll just show where we will keep that.
Okay.
So I'll
Okay.
just
Okay.
save this one also. So now if I go to the definition page, so let me try to create one tag for this. Yeah. Uh, so by default you will see this, but this is not our chart of account. So probably if you are not seeing this, so probably we have not selected the correct chart of accounts. So this is the link for this. So if you give this, we'll have only ours. Okay. And here if you see, so there are multiple, or probably I can say more than four, or probably the exact value is five. So first one is accrual, and second one would be the charge account. So these are the two accounts majorly that we will use.
Mm-hmm.
But apart from this, we will also have the destination and destination charge and destination variance. So now the difference between the actual charge account and the destination charge account is that destination is location specific, that is delivered to location specific, but charge account is common specific to the rules that we have written. So in our case, it is the delivery location or the item category. Okay, so since this is purchase order specific, so
Mm-hmm.
it is basically the charge account is based on the item category. Okay. So how to understand the accrual account and the charge account is that. So now if I want to probably create one purchase order in the system. So purchase order will not have any accounting treatment, or it will not generate accounting entries in the system, because procurement will not have any accounting impact. So accounting impact starts when the receipt is captured, or the delivery is captured, or the costing is captured, as far as SCM is concerned. So
Okay.
these are the three places where the accounting entries will be generated.
Mm-hmm.
So now, if I probably uh, want to know when this accrual account will be generated, so when I create the receipt, so this accounting entry will be generated for the accrual account. So now, why do we generate this accrual account is that, so this indicates whether I have invoiced all the items that I have received, because there could be a possibility that I might have missed certain invoices that I have received, but I have not created the invoice in the system, because system will not understand whether this is created or not. So how do we understand that? So based on this accrual account. So if I pull the information, so I will know, so there are few values in the debit and few in the credit.
Mm-hmm.
So now when I see only the debit items more, which means I have not received certain amount of items, because when I receive the item and do the accounting, so this accrual account will be debited. So when this accrual account will be credited, so when I create the invoice in the system, so that is when this accrual account will be knocked off. Or probably for better understanding, so let me just open Excel sheet and I'll explain.
Right, but I don't see the Excel sheet.
Uh, Sorry, I missed you.
No, no.
Can you repeat
I
again?
said you are showing an Excel sheet because I see only your Oracle instance screen.
Okay. Just give me a minute. I'll just please share this screen. Can you see the whiteboard?
Right, it is loading. Yeah, now it is fine.
So this is the accounting entry. So now the accounting entry starts when the receipt is created in the system. So for
Perfect.
the receipt
Okay.
entry, so the debit account would be the
Mhm.
receiving account debit, and we will have the accrual account credit. So this would be the first entry. So now for this account to be generated, this accrual account to be generated, so we probably need to configure the system, the TAT configuration, what we are doing today.
Mhm.
So that is where this account is getting populated. So this accrual account on the credit side.
Ah,
Okay,
okay. Okay.
so now if I take this account,
Mhm.
if it has only the credit balance, which means that I have not invoiced. So now how do we understand the invoicing? So invoicing is understood as such a way that, so now I'm creating the delivery entry. So now for the delivery, so I will have the material account. So I'll explain this. Probably I'll just put
Mhm.
the details and then probably I'll explain. So on the debit, I'll have this, and I'll have the receiving account on the credit side. So once this is done, I'll have to invoice to the supplier. Okay, so for invoicing, the account will be accrual on the debit, and liability on the credit side. So now if you see here, so we have created the purchase order in the system, and I have created the receipt entry in the system because I have received. So probably, let's say I ordered for 100 quantities, but I received for 60 quantities. So the 60 quantities will be recorded as a receipt in the system, and accounting entries will be generated. So let's say 100 rupees each, then the debit for the receiving account will be 6,000, and credit for the accrual will be for 6,000. So now the actual entries, if you see, so this receiving is just to monitor whether the items are received completely. So this will be knocked off when we create the delivery in the system.
Okay.
Similarly,
That's not okay.
Similarly, if you see this accrual, so accrual is created to monitor whether the receipt items are invoiced.
Mm-hmm.
Because unless I create the invoice in the system, I cannot make the payment to the supplier.
Right, right, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this will be knocked off when I create the invoice. So
Okay.
similarly for the payment, this liability account will be created. So all these are temporary accounts. So
Okay.
what is
Okay.
permanent account here? Only the material account that we have it here. So
Okay.
if you see here, this receiving will be knocked off here, and this accrual will be knocked off here,
That's
and
invoice.
also the liability will be knocked off at the time of payment.
Okay.
So the net entry, if you look at it, it is material account debit
Mm-hmm.
and credit cash account or the bank account.
Okay.
Okay. So now this accrual account, if we want to generate, this needs to be populated at the purchase order itself. So that is the reason we are basically creating this configuration. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
now this this accrual could be, as I said, destination based accrual or the standard accrual. So this
Mm-hmm.
is first thing. So one is this accrual account. So second thing is that what we saw is charge account. So here the charge account is nothing but this account which we are referring. So this is actual account, or it could be the material account, it could be the asset
Uh,
account, or
one again, Arun, I'm sorry. You are moved into the Oracle instance page.
still I'm in the whiteboard. I'm
Okay.
just
Okay.
trying to explain different
Okay.
types
Okay.
of
Okay.
this.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah, since here, if you see, I just mentioned as material, so I'm just saying it's not only limited to material, so we have other two types also. So
Okay.
now, based on what we will segregate, or how do we derive this is asset account, this is material account, or this is
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
expense account, it is based on the item attributes that we define. Because when I'm defining the item, so if I
Mm-hmm.
say that this is my asset item, and
Mm-hmm.
I give asset category there, which means that when I write the tag rules, which we are defining it now,
No.
so we
Okay.
will not give it as an item category. So item category also we can do it, but ideally it is as the asset category that we will define. Okay, because so another point here is that asset is finance thing, but
Mm-hmm.
apart from the asset category, so we will also make sure that whatever the category that we are mentioning here, that is matching with the asset book or the asset master files that we can see. So
Yeah.
if I say computers dot laptop here in the item category, so exactly this should match with the asset category. So this is the linkage that we will have, because this is how system will understand, and system will basically generate the asset account instead of material account. Because when we say material account, it is nothing but our inventory item or the raw materials, which we can say. Okay.
Based on the
So similarly, we can create purchase order for the expenses also. So for the expenses, it is basically for the consulting charges or any other expenses that we can talk.
Mhm.
So for all those things, we will have certain condition or certain attributes that we will have to pick, and based on that attribute, we will create or generate the account combinations in the system. Okay. But the base for all these account combinations is this tab configuration which we are doing.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So primarily this these two accounts, the accrual account and the charge account are the material account. Okay. So other accounts will come from finance, the liability account and all those options.
This is clear, but we did not do kind of materials account, right? I saw Accurel was there. I think Freight or two more accounts was there. Now,
Yeah.
what do you, like materials? What do you refer to? Like since we have not
Charge. Yeah, charge account is called as material
materials
account.
account. Oh, okay. Oh,
Because the
okay.
reason why we call that as charge account is that to which account this will be charged is
Oh,
what we
that
are
is
trying
the
to
thing.
understand.
Yes.
The reason why we don't have specifically material account because this charge account is a general account. So
Okay.
this could have as asset account or material. So even material, we are generally classifying this as material account, but this could have the raw material or it could have the semi-finished good account or the finished good account also.
Okay.
So that is why we are having it as a generally charged account.
Okay.
So this is the base for this.
Mhm.
Okay, so these are the two primary accounts that we'll talk about. So probably we'll just reshare. Okay, so here
I
if you
see
see,
that.
so this,
Mhm.
yeah, the charge account is nothing but the material account or the asset account or
Asset.
the expense account.
Mhm.
And accrual account is the primary one that we will talk about. And variance account rarely we will use.
Okay.
So what is variance account? Variance account is basically the difference between the inventory price and uh, the actual purchase order book price, meaning that the list
Okay.
price of this item is 100 rupees.
Mhm.
But then this item we are creating or booking it for 110 rupees on
Okay.
some cases. So this variance will be booked under this account.
Right.
So
Mhm.
all these five accounts are mandatory. So for now, what I am doing is that so I'm not segregating, but so I'm just using the same one that we created. So
Okay.
yeah, but ideally we should not have the same
Same
accounts.
account, it will be different. Okay, I got it. Okay.
Yeah, it will be different accounts. Okay. I think this will look for expense type. Let's see if it is not taking, probably we'll change this one because I feel the accrual account is asset type and the charge account is expense nature.
Mhm.
So let's see if this is not working, we'll come back and change this.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll just save and activate this.
I think no error. Okay.
So this is activated. So now let me go back to the subledger options.
I understand correctly. Initially, you created the PO rule, and then you went into that accounting rules, created the rule, and then came to transaction definition and mapped that
Yeah,
rule. Correct?
yeah, correct. Correct. So this is the ledger. I'll just say search.
Only one we had two.
Yeah,
Clearly.
this is basically listed based on the application.
Mm-hmm.
So so as I said, this ledger will have transactions from all the submodules or the subledger.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So here we will have to take the purchasing.
It automatically creates because I did not map all these things.
Yeah, these are the seeded ones created by
Oh,
Oracle. So
okay. Any,
we yeah.
for instance, if this is not available, how do I add it?
This we will not do it. So this is
Oh,
created by system by default.
default. Okay, fine.
Change this to here. Okay, so this is done. Let me close this. Going to create one requisition and see if the
Oh,
accounts
only
are
four
on.
setups, like three accounts and one
Yeah,
procurement. Four setups totally. Okay. No roles, user.
roles we will have to give. Uh, okay, I'll check this.
But we did not give anything for procurement. We did only for inventory.
Okay.
Yeah. Arvind, just 1 minute. I'll be back. You are
Sure, sure.
you are adding these roles or you're going
uh,
to next screen?
Yeah, yeah. So I just added the role. So
Okay,
let
just
me
give me
just
one
start.
minute. It's kind of raining here. I'll be back in 1 minute.
Yeah. Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, Arvind. Arun, I'm sorry. Where is the screen? Like last.
No, no, I'm just checking
Okay, okay.
if the role is reflecting correctly. So it is showing the video, so it's working fine. Yeah, so we have given the role, the procurement manager is the role that we have given. Okay. So let
Okay.
me go to this option, purchase requisition,
Microservices. Okay.
and see if this is working. So this is the screen where we will request for the specific item. Okay, so this request will be converted into the purchase order.
Okay.
So now I can set the default preparer or the requester, and also I can set the requisition preferences.
Okay.
So requisition preferences is nothing but the default options that I can select. Okay, so now let's say this particular user, so who I have logged in. So we'll be working on let's say the project 100. So just on this one, I'm saying 100 is the project I'll be working on. So I can set the project number 100 as the default option.
Okay.
Okay. So whenever I create the requisition in the system by default picks this project number 100.
I mean, this user, whenever he creates, it will pick, correct?
Correct, correct.
Okay, okay.
And also I can set the default deliver to
Location.
location also.
Okay.
So just pick one from the list. Okay, I will take this one because this is the part that
Cumulative
we are
one.
using.
Second one.
Yeah, yeah. And here if you see, so you have something called destination type. So destination type is nothing but whether this is material purchase or this is expense purchase.
Okay.
Okay, so only the inventory items or the raw materials will be considered as inventory item or the inventory purchase.
Mhm.
So other than that, we have the asset purchase or the expense purchase that we will do. So these are basically considered as expense item. Okay. So
That
since
this
we have
again, can we
create,
change it, or if we put it, that will be the fixed
yeah,
one? Okay.
we can change it. So for this transaction, if I'm using this as expense, and for the next one, I wanted to create the inventory item, so I can change this and create the requisition. I can update this anytime.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So since we created inventory item, so for now, I'll select this inventory,
Okay.
and this is the sub inventory. So project I'm not giving for
Mhm.
now,
Mhm.
and okay, let me, or else I'll just add the charge account also here. So,
Again, this
and
is not
uh,
mandatory, right? Or that it
yeah,
may.
yeah, not mandatory.
Ah,
Not mandatory. So we are setting it at this level, but if we want to derive based on the
change.
rules,
Okay.
so
Okay.
that also we can do it
Right.
on the TAT configuration also. So these are the preferences that we can set. Okay. And apart from that, we can say this is the preparer and this is the requester and all these options as well. Okay. Yeah. So these are the things. So probably I'll just say enter requisition line.
The first option. Okay.
Item included as I think yeah.
Kia
Uh,
2. Oh, you there are lots of. Let's go with the first one then. Yeah. Kia 2 underscore. Yeah.
yeah, correct. This is it. Okay. So we have the category and price let me 100.
Mhm.
Okay.
Right.
And supplier optionally I can give at this point, or probably I can give when I
Purchase order.
create the
Mhm.
purchase order. Yeah,
Okay.
because at this point I will not know. I
Yeah, yeah, this
might
is
know or
internal.
I might not
Mm.
know. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, got it. I understand.
Okay, so these are the default things that we gave there. So I'll just check and I'll save this. I'll see. Add to cart, charge account. Important sufficient to deliver that. That is just charge account.
Some problem with the account that we set up.
Yeah, I think account rules, I think problem with account rule, I
Mm.
think, because it says the rule is not right.
Accounting
Let
rule.
me check.
You mean the place
Yeah,
where you use that mapping set and okay, okay.
yeah, correct. Yeah, correct. I think account type is the issue, I think. To create one account separately for this and this.
No, this is what I was asking. Like the problem is with what we now created or the chart of accounts. Okay, the problem is with chart of accounts.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. No, not the chart of account. Chart of account is not the issue.
So
So what we
okay,
did is that we created using the available account, but then
yeah.
system is looking for the account type.
Accurate
So that's
account.
what I,
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah. So account type because it is
Mm-hmm.
looking for the account type as accrual or this thing.
Oh, okay, okay, got it.
Try to create one account separately for accrual and then one for expenses, and then probably we'll come back to this page. Okay.
So it's out of your experience that when this error comes, you went into the Kia accounts and you created, right?
Yeah, yeah. So this error message will basically tell us. So if you go here, so it says that account rule assigned to the transaction account type are insufficient to
Mhm.
derive the values, which means that there is an
Oh, in
issue
the
with
chart
the
of
account.
accounts. Okay, account
Yeah,
type
yeah.
and chart of accounts. So
Because it says one of the segment, which means that we know the issue was with this one only, the account type. because the other segments we do not have any issue. So one is our company segment and the other one is the department. So both we don't have any issue.
Oh,
So it's
issue.
one,
From there only one
yeah,
discusses. Okay.
yeah. So so it's 20.
One like basic question. Just imagine like for finance we are using a third party another ERP. Okay, so in that case also we will have to do these setups like the transaction accounts, Kia chart of accounts.
Yeah,
Only for
still we will need.
procurement we are using this Oracle system.
Yeah, still we will have to configure these things
Mhm.
because even though transactions are created there,
Ah,
so at least for the reporting purpose, they will have the transactions imported in Oracle Fusion. So if we have to import it, so these are the prerequisites that we might
okay,
need.
okay.
So
Then,
we still, yeah, so still we might need these configurations.
okay.
Yeah. Okay, so this is material and this let me use it for a code. Uh, Let me close this and come back again. Continue.
Again, the same issue.
Yeah, yeah, so
Should we log out, log in?
uh, but okay, okay. I did not associate here. So I just created only the mapping set. That could be the issue. Let's see. So
Oh,
this that
create the tool.
this below is there.
That mapping set you are creating.
Yeah. Because this is mostly on those systems. Okay.
Incomplete. Uh,
Okay, let me check this issue because I feel it's in place. I don't see anything because I'm not really misplacing the accounts here. Uh,
Everything is fine. Mhm.
yeah, because I feel we are spending
Maybe
more
that
time on the
synchronization takes time. I don't know.
yeah, yeah. Will
Okay, fine, no problem, Varun. Like we'll close for today.
yeah,
Next weekend, let I'll ping you like what time you are available. Is it
sure.
fine? 2:30 to 4:30.
Yeah, yeah, fine.
We'll confirm on Friday and we'll continue. Okay. So we
Yeah,
are
sure.
done with the
Yeah.
setup. So next week we should be able to complete purchase order. Correct.
The transactions. Yeah, the
Okay.
procurement we can complete next week.
Okay. Okay. I will also try to create.
Okay.
Is it fine if I don't use the started of accounts and use the available data? like the feeder data create.
Speeded data, if you are using it, let's say if you are using US business unit or the US chart of account, so probably you can take the US related configurations and assign that business unit to your user. So that
No.
should also work.
I do not understand. Means, for example, there's a chart
So
of account already existing. You are asking to
yeah,
take US related chart of account.
correct. Even the business unit, the US related business unit, we will take.
No, that business unit I'll create. While creating, I'll keep address as United States and US.
Yeah, 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 correct.
Everything towards US.
So
Okay.
yeah, the point is that whatever the chart of accounts that we are linking here,
Uh-huh.
so this chart of account should be linked with the business unit that
That's
we are trying to
that.
create the requisition.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I understand. Okay, I will try. If any doubts, I'll put it in the group. When you have time, let me
Sure, sure. Yeah, yeah, sure. Put in the floor, so probably I'll check. I'll respond.
know. No problem. Thank you.
Okay, fine. In the close photo.